It's all about pushing yourself to the limit and then taking 5 more steps after that limit. So you can push that limit further each time. That's what it's about. If you're cheating with steroids, I mean, there's nothing really to be proud of.
How long have you been bodybuilding?
I've been weightlifting since I was in high school, but I got serious into like, not competitive, but just like recreational bodybuilding, I guess, when I was a freshman in college.
What made you get interested in that?
I did like Taekwondo when I was in high school. I got my black belt. I had friends who were into lifting weights, and I was into lifting weights, so I started working out with them and moved more in the direction of, oh, I want to build muscle, I want to put on size, rather than focus on my Taekwondo, because I was kind of burning out on that.
When was the first time that you had ever been introduced to steroids or any type of growth hormone?
Well, I was into, I was always taking pre-workout and protein and stuff like that, creatine, which are totally harmless. There's a lot of misconceptions about like creatine especially, and pre-workout. But, so I guess I was always in the supplement world, so I was kind of, I wasn't new to the idea of taking something to help you get results faster. And so when I was introduced, one of my buddies told me that he had taken the supplement in high school and he had seen crazy results. And so I was interested, and he told me about pro hormones.
And, when did you decide that that was something that you might be interested in taking yourself?
So I told him, I was like, dude, I want to try this stuff. Where do I get it? Is it like legal? That's the only way I do it if it was legal. And he was like, yeah, man, it's totally legal. You go to the store, this nutrition store, and you just go with me. I'll take you there. I know the guys will be cool. So me and another guy get in his car, and we drive down to Powerhouse Nutrition on Slide. And I walk in, and immediately it's just like a weird like vibe. Like you got this, like 3 giant buff dudes working, like total meatheads. They can't really tell you much about the stuff. I was like, hey, I want to try pro hormones. And they're like, oh, sick, dude. What are you looking, like just real unprofessional. They didn't tell me what the effects would be, what the side effects would be. They say you need to take a like kidney and prostate support with it, and liver support. So that was all in one. And then they were like, after you do your cycle, after you're done with taking the pro hormone, so you take that while you're taking the pro hormone, and then afterwards you take what's called PCT, post-cycle therapy. They just said it just gets you back to normal.
You obviously had the thoughts of that being kind of a one and done thing. Yeah. How long did you end up doing it for the duration of that time after the first time? You
do it in what's called cycles. So it's not like a multivitamin that you just take for an indefinite amount of time. You have to, like a 1 month or a 2 month cycle is what they recommend, depending on the strength of the pro hormone. So you do 1 month or 2 months on the pro hormone, and then you take 2 or 3 months off. So like double the time you're on, you take off. So I ended up doing it for 3 months, but I did a 1 month cycle, 2 months off, and then I did a 2 month cycle, and that was the last one I did.
So they said they didn't tell you any of the side effects. What were some of those side effects?
I within a week, noticed that my sex drive was like double what it normally was. I noticed my aggression was a little bit higher. So like, normally I'm pretty level-headed, but I noticed things that would normally just like aggravate me a little bit, like someone eating chips in class while the teacher's talking and it being really loud, and then like crinkling the bag, that irritates everyone. But that would make me like do like triple takes at that person, like, stop. Like, it would make me mad, So basically how this stuff works, it's a steroid. So it gets into your system as a pro hormone. As your body filters it out, it turns into testosterone. Your body synthesizes it as testosterone. And so your testosterone levels like triple. So there's a range for men our age, which is like 300 units per whatever, I don't know the unit names, but like 300 parts per unit to 1,000 parts per unit is roughly the normal range. So like there are guys whose testosterone gets up to like 6,000 parts per unit, which is very dangerous almost for your blood pressure, your heart, things like that. So your body, to compensate for this, stops making testosterone. So when you come off of it, your testosterone levels are like lower than a female our age. So what some things you see is because your body stops making testosterone is your testicles will atrophy, meaning they just shrink. Some guys report that, this didn't happen to me, but some guys say like they shrink up without being too crass, like to the point where your scrotum looks like a deflated balloon. And like they'll go up inside of you if you lay down and stuff like that. They're that small. You develop gynecomastia, which happened to me. I still have it, where it's basically like you get nipple rocks or breasts, essentially. You lactate sometimes. It's very sore and painful. Your drive, not just your sex drive, but your drive to do anything is pretty much at zero. You're not really hungry. You just feel like bland, like just gray. You don't want to do anything. Your strength, all those gains you made while you're on pro hormones, they pretty much go away. You have to really like fight to keep those.
So I guess last question then, for anybody thinking about taking these pro hormones or any other type of steroid, what would be, your message to them, if you could talk to them first?
I would just tell them it's not worth it. It's too dangerous and it's cheating. It's not your actual physical capabilities. God made you to be where you're capable of so much more than that, and you don't have to cheat to achieve it. So why would you put your body through hell to get there? That'd be my message to those people.